and welcome. These are horse racing selections for Thursday, the 19th of June, Royal Ascot Day 3. I am Flatcap Callum, and I'm hoping you are all very, very well. Are you having a good week so far? I'm not having a good week, am I? That's 2 days of getting bashed up, and certainly that was absolutely the case on Wednesday. I had an absolute rotten day, which, yeah. So we'll go through the review, and then I'll spin you through the plan for Thursday. Thursday is 2 bets, £22 outlay, so a little bit less than Wednesday. A little bit of a different feel in that I've got one Ascot Yankee, 4 horses, starred, decent prices, and then that's it. That's my Ascot bet for the day. No bonus bet. There was just nothing near. Literally, it was 4 horses. They hit it. 2 were well in, 2 scraped in. And yeah, that's the bet. And then no combination doubles, nothing like that. There was just nothing else that I was like remotely interested in. You've got things on Thursday like the Britannia handicap where, because the profits go to charity, the bookmakers scrimp on the place terms because they're not getting the money. So before every year, there's always people who come out and go, "I can't believe they're doing that. It's so tight." All the profits go to charity. So I'm not doing a charity bet specifically. So if you want to back Britannia, know that that's where the money goes. But yeah, like 30 odd runners and 4 places in a handicap, 3-year-olds only handicap, not for me. So yeah, there's a few races I'm skipping out. Didn't like the Ripplesdale, not for me. So yeah, 4 horses at Ascot, and then the second bet is 5 horses from elsewhere. So first 2 days of playing this week, I've had 1 horse elsewhere. Tuesday went well. Wednesday did not. 5 for Thursday, a 5 horse bet. So the channel's bet of win doubles, each way trebles, 4-fold, 5-fold. But there's 2 Ripon, 2 Leopardstown, and Lingfield. So that's the plan. That's what I'm doing. That's what the channel's doing. You make your own choices what you're doing. I just want to reiterate and stuff. Just bet what you can afford, right? I can say all I want, right? But I know, because there's a cross section of people who watch this channel. There's lots of people who are doing this in the right way. There's been some nice comments this week about people who are sort of re-enjoying betting by doing small stakes, multiples, thinking about what you could win, getting a little bit back here and there in places. What I do on the channel is not about trying to get you people to win big and go heavy. I bet £24 on the channel, right? I'm not getting into what I did personally on Wednesday, but whatever I did do personally was completely calculated and factored in, right? So I didn't have a very good day, did I? With the channel, £24. If you're doing more than that, only do it if you can afford to do it, right? That's what I'm saying. Stern words, because it's just it troubles me when I read some comments about either how much people put on or how it's gone for them, or losing their shirt. And I know some people are being facetious, but some people are literally not being facetious. Anyway, right, let's do the review. What did we have? It outran its odds, but not good enough. That was terrible, absolutely terrible. That was stone last, I think. Running Lion faded right near the end when it looked like it could have got second, but didn't. Ancient, these 2 handicaps, interestingly, these 1 mile handicaps, because the 5:35 kind of went how I imagined they would, where they grouped in the centre and the front horses came down the middle. This 5 o'clock, they went on the wings on the Royal Hunt. If you actually look at the draw, the finishing place in the draw, the first 3 home were 32 and 30 and 1, 2 and 3. So draw bias to the wings, because the actual finish of the race didn't come down the centre, which is really unusual because that's where the faster ground was. We had Ancient Rome as the lean in that race. It was 3rd home on the side of the course it ran on, but that was only good enough for like 9th or 10th overall. So that wasn't good. And then this one, they did come up the middle, and Julia Augusta was kind of caught out of the widest. I think it was the first horse home with a single figure draw. So I think both of them actually are. You could mark up both their performances. So I'm not going to get violins out and say I'm unlucky, because they weren't close, were they? But it was the first home of the single figure draws, and that was third home on its side of the course. Out of about 15 runners. So what ones to keep an eye on in the future. But yeah, got battered in this, apart from a non-runner, so I've got a £1 refund. Woohoo! And then this one, mentioned all these apart from Eskimo Pie. Julie did outrun its odds. It was 7th of what was about 23 runners. So it drifted to 125. So I don't know, someone might have played extra places on 365 or something, but for the channel, it was no good. It ran a creditable race for a horse that was 125 to 1. It was about 4 horses bigger in price, but not to be. So we have got some level of a horse in a 2-year-old race for Thursday that has some level of form line with it. So £1 back, 24.50 on, minus 23.50. We're sat on minus £34 for the week going on to Thursday with a £22 outlay. That's where I find myself. All right. Here's the Ascot bet. All right, some juicy prices. 2.30 Ascot. This one has got in. It was on the long list last night, made it to the short list today because it's been a drifter. So it's French horse, Kieran Schumacher's riding it. First time outside of France. Last time it won a listed race at Chantilly. It's really good form, to be honest, for a race like this. A bit more exposed than some because it's run 4 times. The time before that, there was a horse it ran against. It was run very close. Super Soldier, something like that finished down the field already this week. But there's some form line with that horse. With the horse yesterday that was talking about the form line with Taj that was 6th earlier on in the week. And basically the form line kind of suggests that this one should be pretty similar place to Wise Approach. There's about 12 to 1 currently. Graph's 50. So whether it's good enough to get top 4, which there are 5 bookies paying, or 5 of the major bookies paying, we'll have to see. But it's very much overpriced compared to some of the others, because there'll be a question mark against it because it's a French horse. Also because its form has been on softer ground. But if you look at breeding, it should be absolutely fine on fast ground. It was half brother won on Good to Firm, and then the Dam's sister, auntie, the auntie of Graft, Pretty Pollyanna was a decent horse that also ran well on good ground. So I'm not worried about the ground, and I think it's a good thing if people are avoiding it for that. It's whether it's good enough is more of the challenge. So let's see. 305 Ascot, Pantar Warrior. Last 2 times it's run competitively in handicaps. It's on a similar mark. I think the run style might suit the track and the way the race is run, because it is likely to be held up nearer the back. I kind of based on how it's gone this week on middle distances round the bend. I'm kind of okay with the lower draw, to be fair, as well. So yeah, I felt that was worth putting in Pantar Warrior. 420 in the Gold Cup. I know everybody's looking at the front of the market. I think there is a squeak of a chance of Coltrane scraping a place. The betting obviously is looking at it going, it's not going to win, it's ageing. But you just need a little 1 or 2 horses to underperform. This horse is kind of tried and tested, experienced horse. And yeah, they keep trying it at the top level. And yeah, basically when I've cut it through my system, it's overpriced at 33s from a place perspective. I think it's an unlikely winner, but from a place perspective, overpriced. It kind of comes in the 3rd to 5th kind of a range. So yeah, we want it to be top end of that. And then 610 Ascot, 22 is what I've put when I did this video. I'll check it afterwards because I do think there's more money will come for this horse. It was really marked up wrong. So 24 hours ago from doing this video, it's 33s, and I would have, if I was doing a video at that point, I'd have said to you, I think it's probably the best value horse I've seen all week so far. It's got really good form at Ascot. It's competitively handicapped. Paul Mulrennan, it's his only 2nd ride this week, so he ran on American Fair, won on the King's Charles III. This is his only other ride, 2 rides at Ascot. Can he go 2 for 2 on Northern Express? I think 22s is a really good price still, but 33s was fantastic. So 25p each way Yankee. I put a little additional 25p each way double on the 2 handicapped horses, Pantal Warrior and Northern Express, and 50p each way singles on all 4. That takes it to £10. Bookie advice, Sky Best, then jointly 365 Paddy Boyle Sports Betfair. That's so you can get the 4th place on the 230 Ascot. And then outside of those, Unibet, Betfred, Betway and Coral are next best. And that's about being able to get 6 places on that bottom race. That is that. And then the 5 horses elsewhere to make the day a little bit more interesting. Well, just to be clear, I'm not doing it to make the day more interesting. It does make the day more interesting when you've got stuff going on in elsewhere places. 3:15 Ripon, Evelyn's Phoenix. It's a bit in and out. It did pop up last year over course and distance on the same ground, same draw as well. Coincidentally, it's handicapped to go well. It's whether it's a going day and whether or not David Allen can actually steal a lead on it, because it's a bit of a front runner. So that's why we've got that in there. Then we've got an old boy, got a couple of them, we always do, don't we? 5:10 Ripon, Flavius Titus. It's an absolute dirt horrible race, this one. But Flavius Titus has definitely got some value in it. It ran fine last time at Doncaster, and if you go back to the form last year, it's really, really well handicapped. Clearly on the decline, but I think given what it showed at Doncaster, it will come on for that, I think, because it sort of takes a few runs to get going. And yeah, I think there's absolute chances of getting that framed. Tricky thing is, it's a 12 runner. You've only got Sky, 365, Unibet and Betway paying 4 places. So I think the fair thing to do for the channel is I'm not going to take 4 places on that race. I'm only going to take 3. But if you can use Sky, 365, Unibet or Betway, then you should. Then 2 at Leopardstown, 5:20 Leopardstown, Brains, another oldie, probably better over 1 mile, but I still think the 7 furlong form is competitive. I like the £7 claimer on board, and I certainly think it will be shorter than that. Whether or not it gets in the top 5, let's find out. But Brains is in. 7:30 Leopardstown, backed it last time, it was non-runner. We have previously backed it already this year as well when it was second. Optimum conditions, same thing I said on it last time. Nathan Cross, I obviously clearly much prefer Colin Keane to be riding it, because he's got on well with the horse before. But the horse, you can't get away from the fact how well handicapped that horse is. So Safer Fad is in. And then finishing off Lingfield, a bit of a course distance specialist that I think the market's got that really wrong. Should be single figures. Ray de la Batalla, 16-1. So the bet is 10 times 20p win doubles, 10 times 15p each way trebles, 5 times 15p each way 4 folds, and a 25p each way 5 fold. As I'll always say, if you want to do a Canadian or a Super Yankee for 15p each way, you can do that. You fill your boots if that's easier for you to do. That would come out 780. 780? 780. I think that's right. My brain's gone a bit blank then. Yeah, so I think it's 780. And then we've got 50p each way singles on all 5. £12 is the bet. Bookie advice, Sky, and then 365 Unibet or Betway, so you can get that Flavius Titus race. And then outside of those, Betfred, Boyle Sports, Paddy or Betfair. That is my offering to you on Thursday. We've had 2 cruddy days. We want one of the next 3 to be really decent, and that's all it might take. However, there is absolute scenario that says we get battered all for, well, I get battered all 5 days. So you've got to strap yourself in, take your chances. That's what I'm doing. All right. So yeah, we will see. All right. I'm hoping you are weathering the storm, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you very much. Bye bye.